Hi, this is Mark Cuniberti. Welcome to my YouTube channel for your daily update on the coronavirus, COVID-19, and stock market commentary. Another wild day on Wall Street. We're not seeing the up days we did before. The Dow's down 2352, almost 10%. We had the automatic circuit breakers on. The markets kick in when the S&P drops below 7%. They stopped trading for 15 minutes. That happened a couple of times today. That's to calm people down. It opened up horrendously and they stopped trading. What did that a couple of times? It was pretty much straight down today, being Thursday. What triggered it was Trump's speech last night, suspending airline flights between Europe and the United States, among a host of other things. Things are happening so quickly with this virus. First off, all major sporting events have been canceled, or they're playing them in front of vacant arenas or stadiums. As we said yesterday, Italy is particularly shut down. All the restaurants are closed. New York is at a standstill. Some of the things that have happened today, just in the virus, is that New York declared a state of emergency. Disney has shut down its parks. Justin Trudeau's wife, she tested positive for the coronavirus, so they're isolating. Tom Hanks, the actor, and his wife tested positive in Australia. There's a mass outbreak in Massachusetts from a Biogen conventions that happened the third week of February. They dispersed and went all over the world, so now they think that they've spread it all over the world. Test kits here in the United States are still a problem. Getting test kits, we had a person here down the street that was tested, took 3 days to get the test back. They were quarantined until then, but you can imagine if the symptoms are 2 weeks or so and you're feeling fine and you don't get tested and you're running around and you're spreading around, obviously this could be a real big concern. So let's just catch up on the virus. 135,000 cases now. Close to 5,000 deaths. We're still running about a 3.5% mortality rate, but that's basically confined to the elderly, especially those with pre-existing medical conditions. We have the virus now. We're seeing a ramp up in deaths and in infections, and so we've seen it in 127 countries now. Still, China's cases haven't grown that much. They're still around 81,000. Italy, 15,000 now, with 2,600 new cases. Iran, 10,000 cases, with 1,000 new cases. South Korea, close to 8,000 with 224 new cases. Spain, 3,000 with 900 new cases, somewhere in there. France, 3,000 total cases, 600 new. Germany, 2,700 cases. 800 new cases there. United States, 1,730 cases, 430 new cases, 41 deaths. The list goes on. Switzerland, Norway, Japan, Sweden, Denmark, Netherlands, you name it, 127 countries. It's going everywhere. Now, I'm of the opinion that, when it's out there so much, I mean, the odds are now that we're probably we're probably going to get it. I don't want to downplay this thing, but again, the hook about this virus is it's 10 times more contagious than the normal flu. Now, the normal flu kills 61,000 in an average flu season, but it is about 0.1% contagious. So this is about 10 times more contagious, and it's got a higher mortality rate as well. Things going on in the United States as far as the virus is concerned. Mexico to close all public schools for 3 weeks. Washington State governor orders schools to close to April 24th. Maryland to close all schools for 2 weeks. Ohio governor closes school through at least April 3rd. California, many schools in the Bay Area will be closed due to a coronavirus outbreak there. Kentucky, all schools for 2 weeks. Massachusetts, a number of schools are closing. So Jamaica to close all schools. I mean, it just goes, the list goes on and on and on. It just doesn't stop. there has been talk that there is no vaccine as of yet, and even if they did have a vaccine, they have to test it. The coronavirus kind of looks like that, and that's because it has these little coronas around it. Coronavirus is a family of viruses that kind of look like that, and the SARS virus in 2003 was a corona type virus. So the markets, as I said, right now the negatives of the aftermarket futures are down 615. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th. I don't need to really tell you what's going on there. Again, we saw massive sell-offs in almost all asset bases, including fixed income, gold, bonds. Everything's sold out right now. Gold, which is usually the flight to safety, it's down 2% in the aftermarket. Oil's down 1%. Right now, the Japan stock market down almost 9%. Hong Kong stock market down almost 6%. The FTSE, the England stock market, was down almost 11%, and the DAX in Germany was down close to 13%. Can't say that this thing is going to end anytime soon. I will stick with my suggestion is don't put any new money in the market. Don't try to catch a bottom. This thing is basically a freight train that you do not want to get in front of. People are hiding out basically in treasury bills, short-term treasury bills. Now the Federal Reserve came out today after the close, very close to it, and they said that they were going to pump in 1.5 trillion with a T into the Fed repurchase agreement market. Now, kind of a complicated market, but just think of it as the conduit where businesses and hedge funds and broker firms and large corporations go to get money for day-to-day operations. They spend a lot of money every day, and so because it's a lot of money that's involved, they don't want to hold on to it, or so what they do is they go into this big marketplace called the repurchase market. It's also known as the repo market. And they hold treasuries, which is U.S. debt, so a lot of companies might hold treasuries, and they want money. They put the treasuries into the bucket, and they take money out. And other companies that have extra money put money into the bucket and take the treasuries back out for collateral. So it's overnight money going in and out. Big octopus handing in money and taking in treasuries as collateral. IOUs. I take it a treasury, it's an IOU. They give out money. Well, since September, the Fed has been pumping in somewhere in the area of the $100 to $200 billion a month into this market because people were taking more money out than they were putting in. Normally, this repo market is self-sufficient. A bunch of companies over here put money in, and a bunch of companies over here take money out and they borrow it and they pay a little interest to borrow it, and then these companies get a little bit of interest to loan it in there. Well, there's more cash coming out than people are putting in, companies are putting in. So the Feds have been injecting about $100 billion, $100 to $200 billion a month. This repo market with this seize up here is now really running dry. So now they're going to put in 1.5 trillion, which is 500 billion, I believe, every month. This is also known as quantitative easing. If that strikes a bell, we had quantitative easing 1, 2, and 3 back in 08 and 09. And this market, repo market, has run fine since 08 or 09, except for September. It started to run dry of funds. We don't know why that was. Could be a large institution that needs money that could be in trouble. Not quite sure why that was, but there was stress in that system. Now with this market like this, that system is under extreme stress. I don't doubt there will be some, if not many, large corporations that are going to go belly up because of what's happening in the markets. This thing is brutal, brutal, brutal. The airlines and the cruise ship companies, Carnival, some of the cruise ship companies have said we're suspending cruises. So their bread and butter cruises, they're just not going to do them. They're going to suspend them. And so the airlines cut back, the cruise ships are cut back. We're seeing restaurant stocks fall. We're just seeing a massive across-the-board sell-off. This is a fire sale. We haven't seen this. Saw a little bit in 2018, the fall of 2018 from October 1st to December 24th. And we saw it in 08 or 09. Fire sale. Everything goes. And now we're seeing it again. Everything is in this big black hole that's opening up. and everything is being sold. And the only thing not being sold is treasuries. That's the last dog standing. So cash really is king now, in my opinion. Remember, nobody can forecast markets at any time, including myself. But the way this thing is going, it is concerning for sure. Okay, our YouTube channel is under Marc Cuniberti. Our website is moneymanagementradio.com. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Be safe. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th. Don't want to spook anybody, but I've got a real bad feeling about this. We'll talk to you soon. Be safe and be healthy, okay?